Qantas's battle with its unions over costs has been put in perspective today, with the United States' third largest airline filing for bankruptcy protection. American Airlines says high labour costs and rising fuel prices have made it unable to compete. Andrew Robertson reports.
These are dramatic times in the airline industry. A month ago, Qantas grounded its entire fleet as a tactic in its battle with its unions. Now American Airlines has taken the equally dramatic step of placing itself in Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
Circumstances have changed, and it's time for us to move the company forward, and that's what we're going to do.
It's a story with a familiar ring here in Australia.
We must change. We have a 5-year plan, and it starts today.
Like Qantas, American Airlines operates a high-cost business model. Like Qantas, it's been negotiating unsuccessfully with unions to lower those costs, and also like Qantas, its shares have tanked from $41 5 years ago to just 26 cents as it heads for its fourth consecutive annual loss, tipped to be $1 billion. Qantas has not been as high or as low and has remained profitable, but the share price trend is the same. Unlike Qantas, American Airlines can virtually start again courtesy of America's Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection laws.
Almost every domestic airline in the US, with the exception of Southwest, has actually gone into Chapter 11 at some point in the last 20 years. And that's as much or more a function of the industry structure in the US, with very high levels of deregulation, excess capacity, and a lot of other issues that basically cause it to be a very unprofitable market to be in.
Which is why airlines have used Chapter 11 to restructure and force down costs. But Professor Dow believes Qantas's situation is very different to American Airlines.
Essentially, American Airlines' domestic business is in a problem, whereas with Qantas, it's actually the international arm. And their difficulty is more the differentials in wage rates and efficiencies with airlines operating in a different country.
And that's why former Civil Aviation Safety Authority boss Dick Smith has been predicting Qantas's demise since the day Ansett collapsed a decade ago.
Emirates have ordered 80 new airline aircraft from Airbus. That's going to be even more capacity on the Australia to Europe route. How can Qantas compete with that if it pays Australian wages? It's impossible.
However, Dick Smith believes neither management or unions are the cause of Qantas's problems. He blames Canberra.
You've decided that we should have all this capacity and competition from low-cost international carriers. Well, the result is Qantas will either go broke or it'll have to move offshore, all caused by our politicians.
In a pointer to the turbulence ahead for Qantas, the International Air Travel Association is predicting airlines in the Asian region will earn $2.5 billion next year. In 2010, it was $8 billion.